Hello and welcome back to the official Game Driven YouTube channel. My name is Ryan, and in this video we're going to be doing a tutorial of pyramids. I have my two accounts open here, so I'll be demonstrating how to play between both of them. Let's go and show the pyramids lobby here in one of our games in which it's my move here. I have the rules page open here. So just to give a quick introduction, Pyramids is a dominoes game where you're trying to stack the dominoes on these levels of the pyramid. You stack them so that the dominoes match the ones below it, and you're basically trying to finish the pyramid before your opponent in order to end the game and outscore them by scoring the most points. We'll talk about the scoring in a bit. So the idea is kind of like in Scrabble, you're dealt 7 random dominoes, and I'm going to be building the bottom pyramid. My opponent's pyramid will be displayed above, so you'll be able to see their progress. You take turns placing your 7 dominoes. You could place up to all 7, or you could place none. And when you do play dominoes and submit, then you will get new dominoes at the end of your turn. So your dominoes that you play will be replaced. If you play none of your dominoes, if you can't move, you don't have any moves available, or you just don't want to play the dominoes that you have, you can pass, and all of the dominoes in your hand will be put back in the bag of random dominoes, and you will draw new ones. So in the standard game, the dominoes go from 1 to 6. And then, of course, there's also blanks. So as I said, the dominoes, in order to stack them, they have to match, or you can have one or both of the dominoes be a blank. So I can demonstrate here. Let's say I use 2 and a 3. I can place this 2-1 here. But in the standard game, this indicates that the dominoes don't match here. The 2 has to line up with the 2, and the blank would have to line up with whatever else is here. All right. Showing how the buttons work. Basically, again, the pass means that you will swap all your dominoes out. So you'll pass your turn and draw 7 new dominoes. This is like an undo button, so it will undo whatever you place in the last order that you played it. So I'll remove the dominoes. And then if you want to undo all of the dominoes at once, you can press the restart button, and that will do that. In addition to all the standard dominoes that you also have this blue domino, which you can play at any time. Passing won't get rid of it, but you only get it once, or you only get to use it once. So it's kind of like if you get stuck, you'll want to use it. It does affect the scoring later, so it's better to hold off and not use it if you want to score higher points, but it is kind of like a, get you out of a jam domino that you can use at any point when you need it. Let's talk about the scoring and how that works. So basically, you score points based on the pips of your dominoes, right? So 4 and 4 here would make 8. That makes my score go up to 8. So that's kind of the base of the scoring. And then additionally, each row has a multiplier, a scoring multiplier. So it doesn't display here yet. We'll talk about it, or we'll demonstrate it later. But the idea is the higher up you go, the more the scoring multiplier is. So the more points you score for each domino, or each pip on the domino, right? So this is a ×1 multiplier for the first row, then it goes up to ×2, ×3, ×4, ×5, ×6, ×7. So it incentivizes you to use the higher value dominoes higher up in the pyramid. The blue domino, which we talked about earlier, will basically make the multiplier for that row ×1. So if I use it here, this goes from ×5 to ×1. So as I said before, you want to avoid using it to maximize your score, but it does become more useful higher up on the pyramid. that you use it, because you're more likely to get stuck up here. So it is used a lot of times if you need it to try to finish the pyramid, but obviously it will result in you getting a lower score. We could talk about the variations of the game now. Besides the standard version, we have a nines variation, which the only difference there is that rather than 1 through 6, there's also a 9 that you can get. So you can see the 9s here, and that basically just makes the game a little bit more difficult because there's more possibilities for you to have to try to match up. So you'll tend to get stuck a little bit more often in that version of the game. Another version is lax. So we have lax versions of both the standard and the nines as well, and all that is, I can demonstrate it here because I have it open. As long as the domino matches the two below it, so we'll go ahead and demonstrate with this one. For example, this blank, I can play it either way. So even though the 3 doesn't match up with the 2 here, since the 3 matches with this 3, and the blank would obviously fit that too, that would work in this case. And you could see it up here as well. My opponent already played 5 and 2 on top of a 2 and 5. That's the only difference between this and the standard version. And then the weekly challenge, we're not going to talk about in this video. There's another video that will be linked in the description it works a little bit different than the standard version of dominoes. But again, if you're interested in that, just click the link in the description. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do before I finish this video is just show you what a turn looks like. So we'll just place the dominoes in order. I'll submit, and as you can see, I got 7 new dominoes. And then I'll show you in this game, this is actually a nines game, so you'll see the 9 appear here. But I'm just going to try to complete a row above the bottom row to demonstrate the scoring and how that works. I got lucky over here with multiple blank dominoes. Actually, I can just use the 6-3 here. But just to show you the scoring, you can click this. This will tell you your scoring for each row. And as I said, the second row will have a ×2 multiplier. So you should see this score double when I place my last domino in the row. So you do have to finish the row in order for the scoring multiplier to take effect. Alternatively, if I use my blue domino here, then you'll notice I don't get the scoring multiplier. That's because, as we discussed, using the blue domino makes it so that the scoring multiplier goes away for that row. So that's going to conclude the tutorial for pyramids. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment on this video or on our message board at GameDriven.com. As always, have fun in all your games, and we'll see you next time.